I just want to share my story about my adoption. It's something that I went through that's a big part of my life, and I survived. And I want other women to know that adoption is most certainly an option for your pregnancy, and you will get through it. When I was 18 years old, I found out that I was pregnant, and my parents did not know about it. They had told me prior to me getting pregnant that if I ever came home pregnant, that they would not help me. So the only place that I knew to go for advice was Planned Parenthood. And they assured me that abortion would solve my problem. It's a procedure, you're in and out, same day, off you go, and you're done. Well, it's not done. That decision nearly ruined my life. I knew that if I ever got pregnant again, I would carry out my pregnancy. I wasn't sure, I wasn't committing to parenting or adopting, but I knew for certain that I would never, ever make the decision to have an abortion again. And I lived a very reckless 10 years of my life. I got really heavy into drugs and alcohol. I was hiding from all my problems and thinking that masking it would make it go away, and it never went away. It got worse. 10 years later, lo and behold, I got pregnant. I've never wanted to parent. I've never wanted children, per se. And right away, I knew that adoption was the answer for me. I can't live with an abortion, but through all of this, I've learned that I can live with an adoption. I found out I was pregnant when I was 2 months pregnant. And then instead of building a nursery, I was trying to build him a family. I met a couple who I really liked. They were on the East Coast. I was on the West Coast, so we couldn't meet, but we Skyped and talked a lot. They knew my situation. And then by my 4th month is when I came out to my family that this is what I'm doing. I did not get the support that I needed through my family, so I had decided to move to the East Coast. I went to stay with a friend who supported me. That way I would make it easier for the transition of meeting his new family. And the day before I'm supposed to meet them, just under 2 months before my due date, they back out and tell me that they're not comfortable with the fact that I don't know who the father is, and they just didn't feel right about it. And I did a lot of praying, and I accepted that if they wanted to back out, then that just wasn't the right family. I moved back, and this time, instead of going through an agency, I decided to do a private adoption, just do things different. And then I met his family. I really feel that I had picked the first parents and God had picked the second. My relationship with the adoptive parents is a pure blessing. I love them. They're in LA. I lived with them. They took care of me, all my doctor's visits, and then I had my son a month later. He got a big brother and an amazing extended family, and he just moved right into this already well-established family. And that's honestly one of the only ways I have survived, is knowing where he is. My heart just melts when I think about the family. They're perfect to me. We got so close, and we all knew that that relationship needs to change once they receive my baby. I had so mentally prepared myself. I did a lot of praying and soul searching just to prepare me for what was to come. There are certain things in life that no matter what, you will never be prepared for. And I knew that was going to be giving birth. But it was amazing. I had this sense of peace and calmness about it that I didn't think I would have. My mom held him first. I held him second. And then I handed him over to the adoptive mom. There was just something that came over me that was so peaceful. I was okay. I knew he was in the right place. I had almost detached myself during my pregnancy, as in this is their baby. Almost like I was a surrogate mother instead of a birth mother. I had to learn how to separate the two, and I did. Because I didn't want to parent, I was thanking them for taking my baby. And seeing them and the joy that they got was enough for me. I mean, I grew to love them so much that I found a lot of pleasure out of doing that for them. I find so much peace in what I've done because he has the perfect life. And knowing I got to help create that life is an honor. I got to assist God with a miracle in bringing a child into this world and creating a family. And that's pretty cool to say. It is an open adoption. I have received so many pictures, but this is all corresponding through my mom. I've made the decision to stay out of the picture for now. You know, I need to get my life really back to me before I try to get involved. We did decide that they are going to raise him knowing about me, which I love because I think for the psychological welfare is not good for an adult to find out that they were adopted. I made him, it's a receiving blanket. I made him a photo album of me and my family. So he does have pieces of me. For me, I wear this locket around my neck and it's his baby bracelet. Everything gets easier with time, but it's like what you do with that time that makes it easier. And so I've been taking a lot of steps to heal properly. Writing a book had helped me throughout my pregnancy and definitely post. It was a great outlet and very therapeutic. It's important to allow yourself to feel. You're gonna be sad. You're mourning a loss of your child, you know, essentially. And it's not getting rid of the emotions, it's learning how to live with those emotions. And for once in my life, I'm doing it sober, and I feel so empowered. I really believe that I saved my son's life, and he just as much saved my life. I don't have any regret as to not choosing parenting, because that's not what I want. What I do regret is choosing abortion in my first situation. Because with the abortion, I will never know that child. I will never know what he could have become. But the adoption, he's out there, and that gives me hope. Just because I'm not raising my son does not mean I do not have a son out there in the world. I will always have a child. And I want to live my life good. I want to make my life good now, so when I talk to him later, he can be proud of me. It's important for adoptive children to know that the decision to have you adopted was made out of pure love. I know every situation is different, so I can really only speak from mine. It is not the fact that we didn't want you. I knew I couldn't give you the things that they could. And not saying I'd be a bad parent because I couldn't give you everything, but I knew I couldn't provide for the ways that my son deserves. And he deserves the best life possible.